Well, interwebs, it's been about 4 months, so I figured it was time to make a video. So, assuming the intro is done, because I'm editing this, and I would have made the intro be done, I haven't made a video since I introduced Gemma and said that I had sold Toothless. So, currently, it is a gorgeous day. I'm here with Mrs. Panda. Mrs. Panda is with Lola. Lola is with Gemma. Gemma is with me. And we're in Netherland, Colorado. Mrs. Panda and I have seen us for the first time in one of these videos, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear her or not. Say hi. So y'all may have heard that. She did say hi. Anyway, so we're going to roll out. We decided this morning / afternoon to do Peak to Peak Highway today because Mrs. Panda's off on a Saturday. I'm off on a Saturday. And as you can see, it is beautiful. Have a couple of life update thingamabobber whatsits and whatnots and who's-its, so we'll definitely be talking about some of that stuff as we go along. So anyway, some updates, some life, some things. Don't know how long. Wow, that's bad. Don't know how long this video is going to be or anything. I don't know if we'll make it to Blackhawk. I don't know if that guy just fell over. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on, which is pretty standard. So anyway, we are heading up towards Blackhawk now, which, by the way, Mrs. Panda, this section of road is not anywhere near as nice as the section of road we were just on. Life update things. What do I got going on? So, still working, which is good. It's not an exciting job, but it does provide me with opportunities to apply for transfer potential things in Tennessee, which, as you all know, if you watch this channel at all, that's where Mrs. Panda and I would like to go, is Tennessee. Moto Topher, Phaser to Stun, Neon Snail, Mountain Moto, Steve, FCO Steve. I'm sorry, but I want to leave. I love you all, but I want to leave. Doing that, my plan to pay off debt it's working. Mrs. Panda and I have been able to pay off actually a lot of debt, which I know still doesn't make any sense because you're like, but Panda, you just got a Tramp Speed Triple. Yes, which was cheaper than Toothless. So saving money, paying off debt. Anyway, that's that. I'm trying to do the updates quick because my life's not that interesting. College is kind of on hold. I'm trying to do some stuff with it, like work at your own pace, things that I can get credit for that are approved by the college. But the issue is my job is very physically demanding and mildly mentally demanding, and I'm very tired by the time I get home and do all the things I got to do when I get home and eat dinner and stuff, and I have to get up so early that I'm usually just about to go to bed by the time I'm done doing everything else. So college has been a little bit on hold. That's one of the things I've noticed since getting a Triumph is Harley people are way more likely to wave at you and talk to you, strangely enough. I actually had a guy at a bagger pull up to me in traffic and just start talking to me. Has never happened with any other bike I've owned. What else has gone on? I know he's been on my Instagram as well as on the channel, even in the last video that I made. There's a brief moment where he jumped down and started like licking my helmet whenever I was recording the video introducing Gemma. But Mrs. Panda and I did lose our bulldog to cancer on April 12th. He had a huge growth tumor thing. We just thought he was fat. Vets thought he was fat, didn't think anything of it. He lost his appetite. We took him in. They did a scan, x-ray, ultrasound, whatever. Realized that he had a giant tumor that none of us knew about. We immediately scheduled surgery to have it removed. It was removed. It was a cancerous volleyball-sized tumor. During the ultrasound, they also noted that he had cancer on his liver. And best as we can tell, once the other growth that was on his spleen, I believe, once that was removed, it just allowed the cancer on his liver to just become very, very aggressive. Normally, he slept on our bed with us. We went to bed one night, he stayed in the living room, got up the morning of April 12th, and he had passed away in the night. It looked like he was comfortable, and he knew he was loved, but he was only 6 years old, and he was a huge, huge part of my life. It is not an exaggeration to say he was my best friend. Aside from Mrs. Panda, he was my best friend. That was very hard. Sorry, Mom Panda. I'm putting the other hand on the bars. It's back. See. Anyway, he was a huge part of my life. I don't want to talk about him too much because it still hurts a lot. But that took a lot of getting over, and that's why part of the reason why I haven't recorded a video sooner. In other news of how fantastic life has been, about 2 weeks prior to our beloved Brumley Bulldog passing away, Mrs. Panda's mom was also diagnosed with a apparently rare form of lung cancer that hits people who don't smoke. Hit us kind of hard, especially knowing that the dog passed away so quickly once he was diagnosed with cancer. But fortunately, if y'all follow me on Instagram, you saw some posts where I was either in an airport or in Phoenix. The reason why we were in Phoenix was Mrs. Panda's mom is getting treatment at the Mayo Clinic in Phoenix because they're one of the higher rated cancer research and treatment hospitals in the country. So she has been there. She's been getting chemo and radiation. They're treating her very well, and whenever we saw her, she was in very high spirits. Doctors and everyone seemed to be very strongly convinced that she's gonna beat this. Everything seems to be going well. So it's terrible news. It sucks that she's having to go through what she's having to go through, but she is doing well and responding very well to treatment. We're all staying very positive. Those of you who have watched the channel know my belief in God and Jesus and everything, and my mother-in-law, Mrs. Panda's mom, also shares that, so she is keeping her faith strong that she's going to get through it and praying for strength, and we are doing the same for her. Everything seems to be going well as cancer treatment can go. Mrs. Panda, are those all the life updates? Oh, yes, motorcycling. The joys of Triumph, let me tell you. So the suspension was way too soft whenever I got it, especially the rear. Needed to adjust the preload. I'm 6'4", I'm 230 pounds, give or take. I would rather take than give because I don't want to weigh more than that. So we'll take and say I'm 227 pounds. How about that? Anyway, so I'm 6'4", 227 pounds. I need to have a rather stiff suspension, like preload and everything. So joy of joys with the Triumph, or at least with the Speed Triple, if you're so bold as to try to adjust the preload, a couple of things. As far as information on this bike goes, there is zero correct information out there that I was able to find over the course of weeks that says what size the lock rings are on to adjust the preload. If you read in the owner's manual, it acknowledges that there is an adjustment, but says basically do not adjust it or you'll die, so they won't do anything with it. As such, you can't buy the proper size hook wrench from Triumph because they don't want you to touch it because you'll die, supposedly. Oh, and you have to remove the exhaust because the only place that you can access the adjustment for the preload that Triumph says not to touch is directly behind the exhaust. Anyway, finally got that adjusted after loads of heartache and pain with no information. As you can see, I have these bar end mirrors that are, look, they're quite fetching. They make Gemma look fantastic. These are $25 or $30 mirrors from Amazon. They're not on properly, I'll just say that. They're on, they're secure, they don't move, they work, they look good, but again, due to the unique way that Triumph likes to do everything, the bike didn't come with actual bar ends, which means that there was nothing to attach the mirrors to. To do it properly is a $250 Triumph mirror kit that gives you the proper size bolt, the proper size mirror, the proper size bar end, the proper size blah 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 blah. I didn't want to spend that. So I figured out how to make this work, but basically it's not done properly. And I'll say for the point of this video, if I ever do come to sell Gemma, knowing that I'm admitting that it's not done properly, I will throw in the stock mirrors. That's a cop. That's seriously a cop. That doesn't look like a cop. Those are some cool Indian motorcycles though. I like those. I could get one of those. Like, I could see myself riding one of those. What was I talking about? Interwebs? Oh, anyway, so the mirrors aren't on properly, but they're there. If you notice, they haven't fallen off yet. And I've been riding all day. Ooh, pretty. Very pretty. Other modification that made to Gemma is the levers, as you can see. Again, they were $20 on Amazon. Work beautifully, craftsmanship, have no issues with them. They actually feel more quality than the original levers that were on it. If you do own a Triumph Speed Triple, you will note that there is a neutral safety switch, or rather a clutch safety switch, that if you have adjustable levers, you can't necessarily adjust them where you want to because then the bike won't start. at all. But the good news is I did get used to them where they are, and I actually have grown to really like the clutch placement and stuff and everything. Brake is fine, you can adjust that wherever you want to, it works totally fine. The clutch lever will work, but you can't start the bike if it's not in a place where it fully depresses the pin. Now obviously you can go in and short that out. There is, you know, a bunch of stuff on forums about doing that mod, but if you do that and you're tired and you get on the bike and hit the throttle, it will start no matter what gear it's in, and it'll lurch forward. You'll drop it and be an idiot. So always keep that in mind if you decide to do that. So other than that, I love this bike. So comfortable. Still a little bit more wobbly than I would like under aggressive riding situations, but day to day, like when you're not trying to street Rossi, it's so nice. Yeah, so we're going to Blackhawk. We're not actually going to Blackhawk. We're probably going to go have dinner, lunch at a Del Taco gas station, if I'm honest, or a gas station Del Taco, because ooh, we fancy. We might go somewhere nice. Anyway, yeah, that's life. I'm really tired of being stuck behind this truck. I've been just creeping for way too long now. Did you want to maybe stop for lunch in Blackhawk, or do you want to go somewhere else, or what do you want to do? I don't necessarily want to stop here. We could go to Golden. You want to just go somewhere in Golden? Okay. Yes! An old Porsche! Alright, interwebs, we got all the time in the world here, so say it with me. Porsche! Okay, we can go now. Did we want to like actual restaurant, or do... Ooh, that's a nice Corvette. Let's see what there is. Ooh, GTO. None of this is all looking very touristy Colorado town to me. So, anyways, there's no point in keeping you around while we're rolling around lost. I'm actually going to stop here. Mrs. Panda and I are going to sort out what the heck we're doing. I do intend on making more videos now that weather's nice and I can actually go ride and stuff. If you couldn't hear Mrs. Panda, then I'm sorry. Anyway, that's the life update. Gemma is Gemma, really? Gemma. Anyway, we're going to figure out what we're going to get for food. So, yeah, I'm going to leave this at. So, until next time, which who knows when that's going to be. Bye.